distinction between themselves and haoles, the sunburned tourists from the mainland. It is less a term of contempt than bemused pity. On the scenically spectacular island of Maui, most of these visitors pick up their rental cars at Kahului Airport and drive directly to Kaanapali Beach on the western coast, where they stay in glitzy resort hotels, down pre-mixed Mai Tais served by waitresses in synthetic grass skirts, and tap their toes to the canned melodies of Don Ho. Haoles just don't know any better. The real soul of Maui is manifest on the south shore, with its endless stretches of blinding white beaches. The sun-bleached dunes roll up to wide, verdant fields of pineapple and sugarcane. Herds of cattle graze contentedly on the grassy slopes of the West Maui Mountains. Majestic Haleakala, the highest point on the island, is a 2-mile-high peak topped with a massive volcanic crater, a dramatic reminder that this is a land of sudden, violent change. At Malaya Bay Boat Harbor, Charlie, the winch operator, was working a squeaky crank that unwound a cable still wet from the rain. "Never thought I'd live to see the day this old gal went back in the water," he offered to anyone within earshot, as he controlled the speed with which a trailer bearing a 30-foot wooden sailboat rolled down a launching ramp. Boat launchings were hardly uncommon hereabouts, but a small crowd of locals had gathered to watch this particular one. These folks and a few hundred other kindred souls lived aboard boats in the bay. Most were dreamers who collected sea charts, atlases, and books about faraway places, yearning to pull up anchor and sail away, just like the excited young couple whose boat was now the center of attention. But few would do so. Tall, shirtless Buck Duane Walker walked with long strides next to the trailer as it carried his boat toward the water. 36 years old, he still had the athletic swagger of a younger man. His face and torso were deeply tanned, his shock of hair sun-streaked. He could have been just another aging surfer, but his glittery cobalt eyes darted quickly back and forth, as if he feared discovery. A smiling strawberry blonde on the deck of the boat gave off a completely different air. Jennifer Jenkins, wearing cut-off chinos and a pastel halter top, also looked younger than her age, 28. She was 5'4", and in truth not the type to win a beauty contest, but she radiated an appealing, apple-fresh quality. Neither coyness nor guile seemed hidden beneath her open, happy-go-lucky nature. Jennifer clutched a magnum of champagne for the traditional christening, but because people walked barefoot around the ramp area, she did not intend to smash it on the bow the way she'd seen it done in old newsreels of ship launchings. Instead, she planned to pop the cork with appropriate fanfare, baptize the deck with only a splash of bubbly, and drink the rest with Buck. When they'd bought this boat 4 months before, it was mastless and unrigged. Since sinking at its anchorage here in Malaya Bay years earlier, the Margaret had earned a rep as a hard-luck boat. In lifting the submerged vessel from the harbor depths, a salvage crane had accidentally snapped her mast, and no one had bothered to replace it. After sitting on wooden blocks for 2 years, the boat was sold for $400 to a young married couple with ambitious plans for restoration. They fiberglassed over the cracked wooden planks of her hull, then painstakingly stripped and refinished the woodwork inside the cabin. Eventually, however, they became dispirited by the hard work that still remained to be done, and sold the boat and trailer for $2,260. Nearly all of the money Jennifer and Buck had been able to scrape up. While Buck dedicated himself to the challenge of mending their sorry-looking vessel, Jennifer kept her assistant manager's job at a seafront bar favored by locals in Wailuku, Club Ginzo, so they had income to buy materials and supplies for the boat. Not being mechanically gifted or knowledgeable, Buck did not find the work easy. His only previous boat repair experience had been helping his dad build some houseboats, but he had checked out library books on yacht design.